It turns out that they are humans like us, with predictable emotional triggers that, when used appropriately, can cause them to think constantly about you. Now, before you start complaining about manipulation, realize that I'm not referring to trickery or lying to anyone. Rather, I'm talking about comprehending human psychology and taking advantage of it. Too many guys make the mistake of pursuing women like frantic pups, overanalyzing every gesture, overpraising them, and expecting that she will recognize them on her own. This isn't how it works. Men who make women feel what they want, inquisitive, curious, even frustrated, attract them more than those who behave like servants. If you play with their emotions rather than buying them off with gifts and attention, women will fall in love. The truth is that most men are too predictable. They lay everything out in front of her, leaving little room for intrigue, challenge, or spark, and then they question why she becomes disinterested so fast. The script must be flipped to make a woman obsessed with you. In this video, I'll discuss 7 psychological methods that appeal to her emotional wiring and keep her thinking about you. Around the clock, these aren't gimmicks. They are tactics that work because they fit with the way attraction and desire naturally operate. Pay attention if you're tired of feeling overlooked or left behind. These techniques won't only alter how women perceive you, they'll alter how you view yourself as well. Start by being sparse instead of needy. Avoid being overly attached. One of the most effective psychological tools for attraction is scarcity. When you make yourself too available, people cherish things that seem uncommon or difficult to obtain. You inadvertently diminish your perceived worth. Women, like anyone else, are naturally drawn to what feels exclusive or difficult to attain. If you want her to obsess over you, you must learn the art of the first step is to stop overextending yourself. Many men think constant attention and availability will make a woman like them more. They text her all day, agree to every plan she proposes, and make it clear she's their #1 priority. While this might seem like a way to show interest, it often backfires. Instead of being flattered, she begins to take you for granted. After all, if you're always there, where's the excitement or challenge? Being scarce doesn't mean playing childish games or ignoring her to make her chase you. It means having your own life priorities and commitments that don't revolve around her. When she sees that your time is valuable and that you're not just sitting around waiting for her attention, it sends a strong message. You're a man with purpose. That's attractive. Communication is likewise limited. If you're always being the first to text or reply right away, prevents her from noticing you and allows the discussion to flow. It's important to remember that scarcity isn't about ignoring her or being so distant that you don't care. Rather, it's about finding balance. For example, if she asks you out, don't always drop everything to say yes. If you're truly busy, let her know you'll see her another time. When you're not in her face, she has time to think about you, making you more interesting. This quietly reaffirms that she is not the center of your life and enhances the value of the time you do spend together. In this manner, unique experiences, due to their difficulty in availability, rare goods and restricted possibilities are always more coveted. The same idea holds true for you. When you present yourself as someone who chooses carefully where to spend their time and energy, they will find you more intriguing. Lastly, don't confuse lack of something with conceit. In the end, being scarce isn't about manipulation. Rather, it's about respecting your own value and encouraging her to recognize it too. Once you strike this balance, you'll find that women not only gravitate towards you, but also find themselves preoccupied with the idea of you two remaining together. The goal isn't to make her feel unimportant. Rather, it's to show her that you value yourself. When you carry yourself with self-respect and show that you have a fulfilling life outside of her, you create an irresistible sense of intrigue. If you want a woman to become obsessed with you, Maintain your enigmatic nature and refrain from being overly transparent. The biggest mistake men make is oversharing. Upon meeting someone you like, you often find yourself sharing your life story, struggles, dreams, and past relationships within the first few conversations. While you might think this shows openness and vulnerability, it actually takes away all the excitement of getting to know you when there's no mystery. One of the most underused yet powerful tools in attraction is mystery, as it keeps the other person interested, guessing, and eager to learn more about you, even when she feels like she doesn't fully understand you yet. There is no intrigue. Keeping things mysterious doesn't mean lying or hiding who you are. It just means pacing how much you reveal. For instance, if she asks about your weekend, don't list every detail. Instead, say it was wonderful and make some intriguing comments. Then, if she wants to know more, let her ask follow-up questions. Unpredictability is another essential to mystery. If she knows exactly when you'll text, what you'll say, and how you'll act, the thrill is gone. Don't be too predictable in your behavior, reactions, or routines. Fades add a little variation by suggesting an impromptu idea rather than following the same pattern, or by not texting her positive night every night. Mystery also applies to your ambitions and lifestyle. If you're constantly working on something intriguing, it gives the impression that your life is exciting and full of depth, and when she sees that you have layers to explore, she will naturally want to learn more. Another tactic to preserve your mystery is to exercise control and patience. Don't jump to clarify everything every time there is a misunderstanding or a pause in the talk. Instead, let her deal with the uncertainty, which occasionally leads to a man who exudes confidence and self-assurance, without feeling the need to over-explain or over-communicate, is intriguing. Finding a balance is necessary because mystery doesn't imply being aloof or playing games to the point of annoyance. Mystery is about creating a sense of wonder and giving her the impression that there's always more to learn about you, not intricacies. Once you get the hang of it, you'll discover that she's not just interested, she's hooked. Show interest, have meaningful conversations, and let her feel valued, but leave enough unsaid that she wants to return for more. 3 feelings are triggered if you trigger emotions. If you want a lady to become fixated on you, pay attention to how you make her feel. Attraction is based on feelings rather than reason. Women are more drawn to a man who captivates them and lingers in their minds long after the conversation concludes, rather than a man who meets all the formalities. Most males try too hard to impress women with their accomplishments or position, which may be helpful but fails to build an emotional bond. How do you arouse emotions in women? A woman may admire your accomplishment, but she won't obsess over it. Instead, she will focus on the sensations you arouse in her. It begins with listening to her and demonstrating genuine interest in her ideas, feelings, and experiences. When you actively listen and react in a way that helps her feel understood, she connects you with consolation and comfort. This isn't about agreeing with everything she says. Rather, it's about demonstrating your concern for her enough to actually hear her. Creating shared experiences is another way to elicit feelings. Engaging in novel experiences, such as trying a new activity or discovering a special location in the city, releases dopamine, a chemical associated with pleasure and attraction. When she experiences joy or excitement in your company, her brain links those feelings to you. Playfulness is another effective tool. Sharing a laugh or gently making fun of her builds a connection that transcends casual chatter. One of the quickest ways to establish an emotional bond is through the appropriate use of humor. On the other hand, don't be afraid to display emotional depth. Many men shy away from talking about serious topics because they believe it to be too heavy, but sharing a little about your struggles or passions demonstrates vulnerability, which forges a deeper connection. It lowers defenses, builds trust, and keeps interactions enjoyable. Balance is crucial. Finally, allow for a little fluctuation. If every contact is predictable, it gets monotonous. Avoid turning every conversation into a therapy session, but do not hesitate to demonstrate your humanity. Occasionally, surprise her with a kind message when she's not expecting it. Come up with an original date idea, or even pull back just enough to leave her wondering what you're thinking. It all comes down to finding the right balance, which you want her to feel. Enthusiasm. When she is near you, she will feel comfortable, curious, and connected. If you can make her laugh, keep her interested, and demonstrate genuine concern, she will not only want to be with you, but also find it difficult to stop thinking about you for. One of the quickest ways to diminish attractiveness is to be unpredictable. If she can constantly guess what you're going to say or do, the excitement will quickly fade. Being unpredictable doesn't imply being untrustworthy or erratic. Rather, it implies keeping things interesting and a little surprising. Men who astonish women in ways that pique their interest and excite them tend to draw them in. Consistency is vital in a relationship, but too much of it in the beginning can make things stale. Most men make this mistake by maintaining daily routines of communicating at the same time, scheduling the same dates, and giving the same praises. You need to deviate from the norm to maintain her interest. For instance, instead of texting her good morning and a pleasant night every day, try something different. Predictable behavior is reassuring but rarely fascinating. When you stop being predictable, she worries about you, what you're doing, thinking, and when you'll respond. This keeps you in her thoughts. You can also skip a day or send a funny or considerate message at an entirely unexpected moment. If she's accustomed to dinner dates, she might be apprehensive about how you plan your time together. Change things up with something impromptu, like going on a hike, seeing an art show, or even something odd, like an escape room. The idea is to provide some variation so she doesn't feel bored. People have vivid recollections of certain events, and just because you are unexpected doesn't mean you should play games or manipulate her feelings. Avoiding monotony is more important than trying to irritate or perplex her. For instance, if you usually initiate plans, step back and allow her to take the lead. If you're generally serious, surprise her with laughter. Keep conversations lively. Unpredictability also pertains to your emotional behavior. If you're constantly pursuing her or agreeing with everything she says, you get bored. Instead, you should occasionally disagree with her viewpoints or demonstrate to her that you have your own objectives and lives. Finally, maintaining balance is crucial, as excessive unpredictability could be perceived as instability, which can be unappealing. A man who doesn't give in to her every whim and stands his ground becomes more intriguing. When you master the art of unpredictability, you not only keep her interested, but also create an emotional roller coaster that keeps her involved. She won't be able to predict your next move, and that mystery will make her obsessed with learning more about you. Be someone she can trust, but who also keeps her guessing in a positive way. One of the most appealing traits a man may possess is confidence. Understanding your value and projecting it through your demeanor is more important than feeling arrogant. Exuding confidence not only conveys strength, self-assurance, and leadership, but also draws women to men. The first step in projecting confidence is to own who you are. Too many guys make the mistake of trying to change who they are in order to fit what they believe a woman wants. When you are unabashedly yourself, your likes, dislikes, and values, people, particularly women, respect you. This behavior screams insecurity and comes from agreeing with things they don't believe in and going above and beyond to win favor. Being confident also involves being at ease with who you are. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room or the one cracking jokes. A calm, collected confidence may be just as effective. It all comes down to how you present yourself. Maintaining eye contact, speaking with intention, and maintaining appropriate posture are ways to communicate self-assurance. Here is a real-world example. Imagine being on a date and the waitress brings the wrong order. An insecure man might be reluctant to speak up because he doesn't want to cause a scene, but a confident man would firmly but politely correct the error and make sure it's fixed without being rude. That small gesture demonstrates leadership, composure, and self-respect, all qualities. Women respect. Another essential component of confidence is decisiveness. Women like men who can take the initiative and make decisions, such as saying, "I know a great place I think you'll love," rather than repeatedly asking, "I don't know. What do you want to do? Let's get started." Being the leader conveys confidence, and most women discover that having a lot of attractive confidence also entails accepting rejection or failure with grace. Don't worry if she doesn't like you or something doesn't work. A self-assured man doesn't take rejection personally because he knows his value and realizes that not everyone will be a suitable fit. However, confidence isn't just about how you act around women. It's about having a fulfilling life outside of her. Pursue your goals, hobbies, and passions. Passion naturally boosts confidence and makes you more interesting. This resilience not only keeps you grounded, but also makes you more appealing because it shows emotional maturity. Committed to his goals, a man is far more attractive than one solely interested in pursuing women. Knowing your value, taking charge of circumstances, and staying loyal to yourself when you radiate confidence are all important. Project this level of confident enthusiasm. Your magnetic nature attracts women. With practice, confidence becomes instinctive and one of your most powerful tools. The things she wants, understanding her values, wants, and feelings, and then reflecting them in your interactions is the key to mirroring her desires. It's not about acting like someone you're not. Rather, it's about paying attention and adjusting your approach so that it speaks to her. This small gesture establishes a connection and gives her the impression that you genuinely understand her. Listening is the first step. Too often, men concentrate on impressing women without taking the time to learn what they're really looking for. Pay attention to the small details she shares about her objectives, interests, and preferences. For instance, if she says she's passionate about fitness, demonstrating interest in that field, even if it's not your main focus, can help you establish common ground. Inquire about her preferred exercises or relate a personal fitness experience. Finding values that overlap and reflecting her energy, if she's cheerful and lively, match her tone with humor and light-heartedness, is what mirroring is all about, not replicating everything she says or does. This technique also applies to physical mirroring. If she is reserved and thoughtful, take a more serious and thoughtful approach. When your energy aligns with hers, she will naturally feel more at ease and connected to you. For example, if she leans forward during a conversation, she should also lean forward slightly. If she is relaxed, don't be overly formal or stiff. If she notices, it could come off as awkward. Supporting her ambitions is another way to mirror her desires. Recognize and support her efforts when she is working on a significant project or pursuing a personal objective. When she senses that you are pulling for her success, it deepens your relationship with her. But giving in to her wishes does not imply sacrificing your own individuality. Finding a balance between compatibility and authenticity is crucial. You're not there to be her yes man or clone. Demonstrate your own values and aspirations while remaining aware of her interests. For instance, if she enjoys traveling and you are not as experienced in it, show her that you are interested by asking about her favorite trips or that you both want to see new places together. This fosters a give and take. When used properly, dynamic communication not only increases attraction, but also lays the groundwork for a deep and lasting relationship by demonstrating to her that you respect her uniqueness while preserving your own. This harmony of comprehension and genuineness helps her feel more connected to you. At last, take home the Be the Prize award. The last and possibly most crucial psychological trick is to present yourself as the prize. This isn't about being conceited or thinking you're better than other people. Rather, it's about knowing your value and projecting a quiet confidence that says, "I bring value to the table." Men who have their lives together and don't constantly seek approval tend to attract women. To be the prize, you must put yourself first. Create a life that you're truly proud of, one that is full of passion, fulfillment, and purpose. Whether that means pursuing your career, taking care of your hobbies, or maintaining your physical and mental well-being. Being the R also entails setting standards, so you won't need to seek people out, since they will be drawn to you organically. Don't put up with rudeness, flakiness, or actions that don't reflect your ideals. Too many men, fearing rejection, allow women to dominate them. When you hold yourself to a high standard, people will naturally follow suit. Similarly, women find men irresistible when they feel that earning their attention is an accomplishment that doesn't involve being cold or playing games. Rather, it means letting her work a little to earn your time and affection. For instance, don't always be the one to initiate contact or plan every date. Instead, let her invest in you as much as you invest in her. Keep in mind that this is about mutual respect and value. It's not about putting her down to make yourself feel better when you treat her with respect while upholding your own ideals. Now let me leave you with this. Women are very perceptive and can tell when a man is acting. Instead, work on yourself, stay consistent, and watch how the dynamic changes. If you have any insights or experiences regarding these psychological tricks, or even times when things didn't go as planned, please share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've handled relationships and what has worked for you. Thank you for watching, and remember that relationships should improve your life, not control it. See you next time.